Right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to, well, good morning still for another couple minutes, at least in my time zone. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching this. Welcome to the show. I am Tiberius, your host, as usual. We'll get started here in just a second here. See what we have in store for us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. We know we got Swarm Sunday. We know we have our Discovery event. This is the also the last Battle Pass daily event, so we'll finish up. The Battle Pass is already finished. If you've been doing your dailies, you should have already finished that already. The Overflow is what we should finish up today. There's also a couple of ROM events going on to get a few more ROM shards. Not quite the intensive leaderboards, but as we've seen previously. But so we'll see what's going on there. Right now, I'm just working on my faction daily mission. Trying to finish that up before server clock reset here in just a couple minutes. What do we got? About 4 or 5 minutes? Yeah, 4 or 5 minutes and then the events restart. Well, that guy was awake. All right, let's go this way. One second here. Let's move me. Let's go to the bottom corner. And let's do that instead. Let's try it down here. Because the only thing that's down there anyway is the mission tab. It's not usually doing stuff in the bottom of the screen. So at least now you can see the whole display a little bit better. I like that. Let's go with that. At least for this game it works better. For other games, not so much. Sometimes there's more stuff going on in this corner. But up here there's a bunch of stuff with events and resources and obviously that stuff. And down here it's really just, alliance rewards. And we got some Armadas going, of course. Wow, okay. So we got a bunch of deep space stuff going on. There we go. Go get that one. Speed up the repairs here on the Kelvin. And that one's too far, so it looks like we're heading to Fed space. Probably I don't know if I can reach that one in time, but let's find out. Excuse me. All right, so let's see what our timers look like. Definitely not going to make it to that one. Probably won't make it to that one, but I can get to Hollis for sure in 13 minutes. 5.5 minutes to Shy. It looks like I'm going to be just short. If that's the system that I'm headed to. Yeah, that's the one I went to. So he'll be actually just short, so he's going to be late to that one. So let's just redirect him. Hope you're all doing well on this Sunday afternoon. I'm sure we're all getting excited here, to see what the next month brings. Finally get these Ferengi arcs behind us. See what we've got next. My gut feeling is that April is going to be a throwaway month. It's going to be a one-off, like a Borg kind of thing. And then we'll get 4 months of Deep Space Nine: May, June, July, and August. That's just my gut feeling. Maybe it'll be a Borg thing. Maybe it'll be a throwback to like a TOS or next generation thing, where they just do a 1 month throwback um, event just to sort of create some officer sourcing or something like that for older content from last year. Um, could be another Borg thing along the same lines where there's just an opportunity to get some Borg officers, especially some of the epics and some of the mining officers that don't usually come around all that often. That's my gut feeling. I have no inside knowledge to know whether this is true or not. We'll find out in about 10 days. Because looking at the calendar, so today's Sunday. Obviously, this is Battle Pass ends now. April, we got 2 days to get to Tuesday, and then 7 more after that before the next event starts. We got 9 days to fill in, so I'm sure we'll do Crucible and Faction Hunt and the usual suspects there, Apex or whatever between our story arcs, and then we'll get our new arc, whatever date that is. Let me look at my calendar here. What do we got? April 5th. Yeah, April 5th will probably be when the next event arc starts. All right, everything should be resetting now. There we go. New events. Let's see what we got for today. So we got Best in the Biz. This is the cross-server leaderboard. This is the Phase 3. If you have scored in the top 50 in the Alliance one, that was the first 2 days, and then scored in the top 50 in your bracket in the individual one. Here you are again with an opportunity to do this. This third part here is destroying armadas and spending armada directives to get points for ROM shards and these epic lucky tokens. 4th through 10th. I'm currently in 7th. That's probably where I'm going to stay because to get up to 3rd, I would need a lot more points. I'm just trying to stay ahead of some of these guys who happen to be in my alliance, and we're kind of all doing a lot of armadas together. So that's pretty good because I'm not worried about them necessarily sort of catching me if we're doing the same armadas. They can obviously get points and move up and bump these guys out, and I can move up and bump this guy down. And then we'll all get some ROM shards. Clear the Coast is today's event, so we got to kill Eclipse hostiles for Battle Pass points. Get the Battle Pass points. That will finish up our overflow. Mining Mastery is this. This is just mine any material. Okay, good. Got my miners that were sitting out there. I also have to spend either resources or Armada directives, so again it overlaps with the solo leaderboard to get additional benefits there. This Recruit Terran Officers one has come back, which again is also spend directives and spend materials for Lorca, Tilly, and Giorgio shards. This one's usually a little more competitive, and it definitely is with some of these guys at the top here. Brackets are a little wider on that one. This is the mining concentrated Latinum one. I'm just trying to stay on the leaderboard just to take a couple Dabo pulls. Not really worth my time to do a whole lot of Latinum mining. This is also the one that they messed up. This was only supposed to be like a 3-day one, and somehow they set it for a 7-day timer. So we're all still suffering through that one for extra few days. All right, so we got ticket events today. Killing hostiles, good. Mining crystal, awesome, because that's what I was doing this morning. And I'm still sitting on the nodes. And then here's our helps or setting armadas to get our par steel and ore. Okay. And there's our disco event. There's our swarm event. And then in our regular events over here, it looks like we've got, we'll join our Fed, we'll join our ROM. Getting closer to upgrading Finally capping out some reputations here. We'll look at that in a little bit too. Research. This is the Officer XP one. Okay, it's not the good one, but it's also the one that's a little easier to obtain. But it is a 12-hour one, so that's going to make us go look at our daily calendar for the day and see what we got. Okay, so we're here. We got the solo leaderboard and a research event for 12 hours. The evening event is a research solo leaderboard, so I will not cash in any researches now to get points for this. I'll wait 6 hours and then double dip with points on the research solo leaderboard. If you're wondering, this is stfc.ovh, which has all of your daily calendars. The timer at the top was a little off. Looks like they just fixed it. It wasn't really taking into account daylight savings time for us in America. Don't know. I'm guessing that's Klingon, Romulan. I don't know uh, what we've got there, but so that's what we've got for today. We've got Officer XP leaderboard and then research this afternoon, immediately followed by an overnight event, which is more research. So we've got research for like 4 events in a row here. Great planning there, Scopely. Good job. All right, so we won't do any researches until tonight to at least double dip a little bit on that one. And then this is an Officer XP leaderboard, which this is going to go for millions on that one. So I'm not even going to worry about competing in that. Okay, so we're going to look for our Armada to join. Hey, what do you know? We're right next to it. And we've got this guy who I flew out here just a few minutes ago. So we'll go look for some swarms. And while we're doing that, we're going to double dip a little bit and try and get some of these heavies done as well to finish up our faction daily. So faction-wise, I'm getting closer. Getting closer. 25, 26 million to glorified with Federation. We're over 400 million now. And Romulan, we're in the home stretch here. 87.5 million to go until I hit the 1 billion, and then that locks again. And then I can stop working on Romulan rep and then circle back and boost Klingon and lock out, get Federation moving faster toward the billion mark as well. So we got a lot of little events going on today. Which is good, keep us occupied because some of the events, the Armada events are always hard. It's always hard just because you get the most points obviously for setting epics, and there's always an issue first off with finding them because the spawn rates on them are terrible. It's like 8 to 10 hour respawns on them. So that's always a challenge. And then, directive sourcing is not great. The best way to get, the only real way to get epic directives is in the rare credit chests. So you got to do a bunch of uncommons to get rare directives. Maybe you get them in a pack or something like that. Or the Saturday Cosmic Cleanup event now has those available. All right, there's our Swarm and Doomsday one. So obviously the bigger, while it's intended to get bonus points for killing swarms, killing bigger hostiles gets it done much faster. We also have Hostile Hunt here. I have not done my Swarm dailies yet, so we'll kill. I got to kill 43s for my Swarm daily, so we'll kill a few of those to work on that. Then we'll switch down to the lower 35s, or I may just go to 37s just to make it easier to find them. Is that it? Am I done now? I think so. Oh, hang on for just 1 second, and just be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, I need one more. Dang it. I need one more. Do I have enough health to kill one more? Maybe. Maybe. There we go. Let's go find out. Oh, this one's weaker. This one's weakened. We can definitely kill that one. This one's got a minute and a half on the timer. Okay. So we'll just do some swarms real quick. We'll go this way. And then we got to circle back and we got to do eclipse as well. Yes, looks like we did get it. Okay, so we finished up the ROM daily. That was worth 1,000,000 reputation points as well. Gas mining should be done. Yep. So this was that one. I can call him back now. Get the points for the mining events that are running today. It's always good to have stuff working, especially right at reset time, because you never know what what the events are going to be for the day, and it's great to have a head start to try and just finish some stuff up. So let's do this. We'll move this guy and see how many points that gives us as well. That's a pretty big chunk toward mining mastery. That one should almost be done, and the crystal reserve one as well. We'll look at that in just a minute. Once I just need to kill 2 more of these guys. And then we'll get the Franklin. It's going to take like 10 minutes to fly to the next system. So we'll look at some of that stuff once he's on his way. Okay, so we need 35s, but I'm willing to bet that the 35 system is probably pretty crowded, these 2 down here. Since that's what everybody needs, it usually gets... It's not bad right now. More people are going to warp in, though, and there's already a bunch of people floating here. And Vasily, which is the other one. Yeah, it's kind of more of the same. So sometimes, even though it's going to hurt more, take more damage, it's easier just to go kill the 37s because it's less crowded. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got our plenty of combat stuff done there. There's our crystal, which was a lot of rewards. It's a whole bunch of events, and just collecting 5 rewards here in a row. Okay, so recruit ROM. Mining mastery is almost done. I need another 41,000 points at 20 points per G4. It's like 21,000 crystal, and that's done. We'll get some Dabo pulls here. This is going to give me 300 more. How many of these do I have? Do need to spend some materials. That I can do in a little bit here. And we got Hostile Hunt as well, which we're doing pretty well on already, since we have to kill... I need 73,000 points. Yikes. Oh, it's just 10 of these guys and we're done. But, yeah. This one's going to take a little longer. This one's going to take a little longer to finish up. But we'll get it done. That'll finish up Recruit Rom. That'll get me a few more Rom shards. Still not going to be anywhere near close to upgrading him to tier 2, but at least we'll have made some progress. We'll have less to go for when he comes around again. Crystal over here, 75,000. Is it? Yeah, it's 20 points. So that'll be, so I need like 38,000 crystal, and that'll finish up that one. Are the second milestone rewards on your crystal mining ticket event weird? Second milestone. No, these look normal. Getting all kinds of G3, G4 crystal and titanium. G3 crystal, titanium, and interceptor parts. Yeah. This one looks normal. What are you seeing weird on your game, Olympus? We just have to set an Armada or something. Do some alliance helps or set a rare or a couple of uncommons. You're just getting way more 3-star uncommon from that than you should. Oh, so you're not getting just like 17 or whatever. They're giving you a lot more. Well, that's, hey, bank error in your favor, right? Take that and run. I'm sure they'll say it's a graphic display error, right? All right. Dormas, Kirchi, or Jira. We're gonna head to Jira. Alright, so I do need to spend some materials. This is the other thing I wanted to do. Was to do, that's G4. I can do 2, I can't do both. I don't have enough ISO. Alright, well we'll do one of them. And that's not going to give me the rest of the points that I wanted. How am I fixed on isogen? I need some 1. Okay, let's go get some 1. You're seeing 57 at Ops 33. Wow, that is a pretty big bump. You know, maybe Scopely's feeling generous at the end of the month here. They're trying to nudge people along in the right direction. Help everybody upgrade, or give people some more resources so they can spend for the multitude of spend resource events that they have going on right now. So this one should go fine. They already have enough power basically to do it. So just add me in there and this one will be smooth sailing. Hopefully I make power, don't get bumped out. 2 Valdors. That's the group leader. There's a Pilum now. At Ops 33, yeah. That's probably more crystal than you should be seeing there for sure. But hey, take it and run, right? Okay, where do we have to go? minutes to get there. Yeah, we'll just go kill stuff. Faction stuff is all done. We're not going to cash in any research. Don't need to do any buildings right now. I hate when people type this. They're hitting deep space. Where? Where's the guy hitting? Where's the guy attacking? Perfect. Hey, what do you know? He's in the system that I'm in. Yeah. We have a couple of trolls who have declared war on us, so they like to just come and hit our miners in deep space. And usually people are very specific, like, oh, they're attacking here. Some people are just like, oh, my miner just got hit in deep space. And you're just like, that doesn't help me. You have to tell people where they are. So that way everybody knows and they can do things like that. And if I wanted to, then I could fly out there and I could go kill him. Which is actually what I'm going to do. We're just going to take the jellyfish because it's got a very fast warp speed. And we're just going to go make sure we can go get our mining node back. I'm sure that guy's just going to warp out. Yeah, he did already. He already warped out. He just warped out a second ago. Alright, so we'll go get our mining node back. And chances are he's going to make his rounds through a couple of different of these systems here. This is the guy who's been using his amalgam. Maybe he's trying to the cargo capacity or something. I don't know what he's thinking there with that one. But he's been using his amalgam to hit our miners. Even if they're not OPC, he's just been hitting them there. And this system is way more crowded than I thought it would be. Alright, this one's pretty empty, so after that fight, we'll just warp over here real quick. So we've got Picard, Beverly, Talon on the Franklin. Great swarm crew. Whether you have Picard, Beverly, or Pike, Moreau. Paired with Talon, great for killing swarms. What's he got now? Now he's got his 6 million Enterprise hanging out with Pike, Moreau, Chen on it. Well, that's going to be no fun. Alright, that's where we're going to need an actual crew to kill that. Hopefully he's not paying attention. So we're going to do our discovery event a little different today. Because instead of killing stuff, we're going to fly back. We're going to get a better ship that's got an actual PvP crew on it. And we're going to come back and we're going to destroy that Enterprise. We're going to summon it out here with the Discovery. Yep, let's see. Yep, he's moving. He's not killing hostiles. He's going right for that miner. No worry, we'll take care of him in a minute and 25 seconds. I should have done this sooner. The Discovery would have gotten there first. I wouldn't have needed to jump in. Although it actually will take me a minute to flip the crew around anyway, so. Let's just go to the other mining system and see if he's there too. Maybe we can get both of his ships. Let's have a little fun with Mr. Grayson. Is he in both systems? Does not look like it. Let's go over here and give ourselves more time in case he does warp in here. Okay. Swap. Augur. Anti-Enterprise crew of Krell, Marcus, and Honor Guard Worf. Marcus for shield piercing, Krell for the extra damage to Federation ships, plus the potential for hull breach, which also combos up with Worf. And let's see what we got. See if he's still there. He had a Pike Moreau crew on, so maybe he's doing some farming. Although these would probably be below what he would be normally hitting for up here. Yeah, he left. Where did he go now? Maybe he went that way. We're on the hunt. Alright, so that Armada finished. Dormas are over there. Kirchi, he says, is full. Okay, that's good. I like when people call that out too in Alliance chat and let you know, hey, my Alliance, that Armada that I set is full, so don't waste your time, especially the deep space ones, because you can't see the system. That one's full. Don't fly out here. Don't waste your Discovery summon or, jump. So let's see what we got. Let's see. Where did he go? If he had Pike Moreau Chen, which is what I thought I saw on his Enterprise, you would think he'd be grinding hostiles, so he may be in one of these systems, working on killing stuff. So where did he go? It's possible he went the other way and he gave up on the crystal systems and moved on to going somewhere else, whether it's over to, ore or gas. It was an enterprise, so his warp brain, well, he's Ops 46. So he's got research. He's back here. There he is. He's heading for that. Cloak. Because you can summon while cloaked. Oh, wasn't paying attention. Was not paying attention. That sucks. Whoops. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong button, wrong button. Jump. Disco cloaking. Yeah, that would just be stupid. That'd be way too good. Oh no, you got me again. I bet you think you're safe. Oh, no, you're not. See ya, bitch. He did get the discovery again, though. And hey, I completed my discovery event, I think, in the process. Yeah, there you go. For doing my jumps and my summon. Now I don't have to go kill anything with it. And I can do my discovery refinery. 6 chests, 24 days worth of speed ups, good spore drives, 32 more hours of speed ups, and some recruit tokens as well. Nice. Yeah, so I tiered up my auger last night as part of the mat event. I had just enough to finish that. My auger is now up to tier 8, and I did it leveled up to level 40 here. So we're sitting at almost 5.5 million. So it's getting there. One final tier to go. One final tier to go. Thanks, Gan. Yeah, that was fun. Now this last tier is just, it's all rare, except the cargo bay. For some reason, the cargo bay is 6,000 uncommon, but everything else is like 700 rare or and rare ore and crystal, I think. I know it's 700 rare ore, which I have none of now because that's the dominant resource. Let's see if he wants to come back. He's 46, so he could come back with a much bigger ship, of course. He could come back with a Valdor or, you know, even a Pilum. I don't know if he's got one of them yet, or Katinga or a Coronar or something, for sure. I'm a little mad he got the Discovery the second time. Not gonna lie. I should have moved it. I should have moved it and clicked faster. But I lost the Discovery. He lost an Enterprise. He's a quitter anyway, so some of those players that just, you get bored with the game, so you quit and then you just kind of go rogue and just want to go mess with everybody else because you are not having fun in the game anymore. So let's make sure nobody else is either. That's just, if you don't like the game anymore, go do something else. Don't spend your time still playing it, making other people, uh, you know, miserable or less happy. And we'll just go hang out here for a couple minutes, see if he comes back. And in the meantime, we'll keep killing some swarms because that's what we do on Sundays, right? That's what we do on Sundays. Hey, more swarms, more ore. I don't need ore. I need crystal. I need crystal by the boatloads. Which is always true because that's actually my wife's name, so I always need her. And then we gotta kill those. That'll be. This one's not easy. It's 191 million. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. And in the meantime, just keep joining Armadas. What do we got? That is a lot of people crammed into. Jeez. Talk about overkill. 220 million into 46 uncommon there. So obviously the big boys are on right now. So let's go see. Yeah, it looks like they're doing something bigger over here. I don't think I can reach this system. No, it's warp 160. Can't quite get to 160 yet with the Kelvin by itself. I'd have to put an officer on board to do it. Oh, thanks for the buff, Gan. Plus 90% warp speed for the whole alliance. So now we can fly all over the place. There's Anti, of course. No surprises that they'd be very active up here. Okay, so that's going to be no good. So let's go see. We just hit a bunch in the ROM space. So what's left? Fed space? Let's go check Fed space. See what's out up there. Yeah. You know what? On our way back, let's stop by this system one more time, just in case he's there. Just in case he came back. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, he flew in, he hit some cheap miners, and he did not come back. Okay. And just to make sure he's not like on his way to kill me over here, right? Nope. Nope. No crosshairs. Okay. So we can head on home. That should do all my swarm dailies for the day as well. There we go. Looks like we're going to be just about done with everything here, except now we just got to kill 30 more of these guys. Oh, somebody just suicided themselves. Thank you for the free kill. We'll just go finish that up for you. He just set one in. Yeah, it's a little bit of a lower system. I'll leave that one for some of the other. See, it's always weird, especially with the deep space ones, because I want to leave some of those for like the guys who are like 40 to 42, or 39 to 42, so they can get to those because they don't have the warp range. But then at the same time, I feel bad. Like if I don't go, then are other people also not going to go? And then is the thing going to fail because nobody showed up and there's only like 3 guys there? It sounds like there's a few people in chat who look like they're headed that way, so hopefully that won't be an issue. This is usually a pretty good time to a lot of people online, especially with it being the last day of an Armada event, and then your usual swarm and discovery dailies and that kind of stuff as well. So there should be a lot of people online from our alliance right now. see what else we have to do here. Keep killing these to get points. That I know I still have to do. Do need to spend a few more resources. Hostile Hunt's going to be a little harder because I'm going to have to kill higher level stuff for that one. We'll get that later after the swarms are done. We can switch up some crews and or after the eclipse are done. Mining. Mining, we know we're working on that one, and the other one for the ticket event needed about 40,000. We're done with the combat one already. And then the helps one here, basically just need to set an armada or two and then do helps all day. Probably just set a swarm armada and accomplish a couple of things all at the same time, but don't really want to make everybody or find people to recrew and send a Franklin out here to do one of these guys. I always feel like it's also a waste of directives too. Like I would love to progress Jayla, but running dozens of these swarm armadas for the chance to get extra officer shards for her is not really worth it. So hopefully she'll make an appearance in a future event store, um, or she'll make a if they update transporter patterns, maybe we'll see Jayla added to that. I think that'd be a good addition. Add Picard from Next Generation to add some sourcing for that. Maybe add, Sela or somebody. Maybe add one of the Ferengi guys. Maybe we'll get a new away team mission or something that'll have Ferengi officers or something available. Because we obviously, you're going to want, they put Kath in the game to kind of give people another officer like Talon, who's a little bit better, closer to Chen, but not quite all the way to Chen, especially because Talon already exists. So they couldn't make Kath as good as Chen, because if you just went Pike, Talon, and Kath, you would actually be at like 100% reduction in damage, and you wouldn't get hurt by anything. So I think a maxed Talon with a maxed Kath is like 96% or something stupid like that. But good luck, good luck sourcing all the officer shards needed to max Kath out, unless you want to just, buy. There you go. There's 95. That'll get you tier 2 and partway, that'll get you an unlock and to tier 2. And then if you bought this one for another 38 shards, that would get you close, halfway to tier 3. And then maybe you did the events and got them, and then the Dabo pulls. You could have a tier 3 Kath probably by the end of this event if you got lucky with some Dabo pulls, but getting the rest of the shards to get her the rest of the way, that's going to depend on how they source her. The dev Q&A that Rev Deuce did the other day, they talked about sourcing for officers, for newer officers and things, and how some of those guys might come back, and they talked about doing kind of what they did this month with the featured pack that they had going on here in wrong button in the recruit tab. So they had this little featured pack, this ultra recruit special, which has a whole bunch of TOS officers in it. Now there's a few other random officers in it that kind of water it down a little bit. They did also throw in Worf and Sela just to sort of sweeten the deal a little bit. But then it's a lot of some of your basic officers, your basic faction guys that you can get out of your faction recruit boxes for Klingon and Federation. Some of them, not all of them. Like Gorkon isn't here, but Kirk is. Chang and Kurla and Az, and then you've got the Romulan guys down here, the uncommon Romulan guy or the rare Romulan guys. But you don't have Nero, you don't have Gorkon. Looks like they were replaced with Worf and Sela. But you do have some TOS guys in here. Good way to get some TOS shards. It's tempting to try and pull these to try and get some more of these Uhura. I'm also pretty close to tearing up Worf, but they are a little bit more expensive. What are we thinking? We feeling lucky? I mean, I know I get Worf shard. You know what? What the hell? We're live streaming. Maybe we'll get the streamer lucky pack. We'll do 3. See what we get. So I got 2 Uhuras, 2 Worf, 2 Uhura, 4 Seelas, a couple of Sulus, and a bunch of transporter patterns. Yeah, it's kind of what was to be expected from that pack, but yeah, we got a few things we got a little bit closer. But they have talked about wanting to do future months to bring this pack back, but sort of rotate different groups of officers. So maybe next month might be a next generation focused pack, which is also the one that they're doing in the uh, multiphasic store right now. So again, you have the same base group of officers: Spock, Uhura, Bones, Chang, Kurla, Az, Vemet, Kumak, Livis, and then the 3 minors. Like these 12, 12 guys are the same. And then up top here, you have these 3 officers who are more PvP focused. In this particular pack, not sure why Pike is in here. I guess just because they couldn't find anybody better to replace him with. So they left Pike. And then you've got your 4 next generation rares, epics, and 4 rares here as well. They left Data out. That's who Pike should be. That should be Data, so you have a chance to get Data shards. But they didn't do that. So they'll probably be doing more stuff like this, and maybe that's how we'll get more opportunities to get the Ferengi officers in the upcoming months. We've got a lot of Armadas running right now, and I don't want to set another one. That's a low level. These are higher level systems. These guys are going to be up here for a while. And then there's 2 in Deshai, so this group here is just going to move over to this one. All right, let's go help this one in Jira. We're not too far from that one. Just wanted to make sure that the rare or the epic wasn't up. We did a bunch of epics this morning, so chances are they won't be back until dinner time. But as always, I appreciate you guys hanging out, talking a little Star Trek with me. All right, so we're almost done with this for the day. I never finish this event in the afternoon. I always do just enough and then carry it over and finish it up tomorrow morning when I redo my Swarm Daily for the day. It just takes so long to get the Franklin to and from places that I don't want to keep. I don't want to spend all that time just sitting out here just killing the same stuff over and over again. So we'll just get the last one here. That'll finish up the base events, or the heroic event rather, and then I'll just have to kill 22 things tomorrow. And be done with it. Alright, Khan's getting closer too. I won't have the independent credits for a while to tier him anyway. And we'll take the Stella. And we'll go do that. And for finishing this Battle Pass overflow, what do I get? 2 more ROM shards. Okay. And a Cath shard. Okay. 750 Ultra Recruit, 400 Premium, almost 10,000 Latinum. Okay. So yeah, quite a ways to go to tier up ROM. But again, if we can knock off a big chunk of it, then when he does come back around again in future months, or in a future event store or something like that, we'll have less to go. We're mining crystal. We're doing helps. Oh, that's what I was going to look for, was to see if I could set anything. Hey, perfect. There's an empty spot. Get there just in time. Get the points for doing a 43. I probably have way too many from doing all these deep space uncommons. Yeah. We are doing pretty good on the uncommon Armada credits. It's certainly going to be a couple of weeks of box openings. This box is garbage for the most part. There's very little stuff in here that's worth getting. And every time I do try and pull it just to see, like, maybe I'll get lucky and get the one good thing in there that I want, like some good ship parts or something like that, I always get just common resources. It's like, here's some 4-star common gas. You're like, thank you. That was worth, a couple 100,000 uncommon Armada credits. It's like, how are these so much better than these? This one's good. The epic one is good. This has your ship blueprints. This has your faction credits. This has your rare cores and stuff that you need. This one would be okay if there weren't better ways to source these officers. And 130,000 for a chance. It's like, and they don't even have the little icon here to tell you what you get, like what the chances are of pulling stuff. There's always that little eye, that little help. It's not on this one. And that also bothers me. Like if I go here and I want to what are my chances of getting stuff? Oh, I've got this info button. And I can see my drop rates. Oh, here's my drop rates of getting these different components and stuff. I'm guaranteed to get 12 officer shards. I'm guaranteed to get ship XP of at least 1,000. Guaranteed to get 20,000 officer XP. Guaranteed to get spore drive components. And then, what will it be? So they need this on everything. Every box should have that info button. And these chests don't have it. And that bothers me. Oh, here's a chance. You have a chance. Yeah. It'd be like, I would do this and I would get 5 Armada directives, this ship XP, a badge, and one shard. And to be like, there you go. Was that worth 130,000? No, that was nowhere. That was worth like 5,000 rare credits. That wasn't worth 130,000 rare credits. Are you out of your mind? Oh, well, we're finishing up this event too, just from killing Armadas. Okay, what's next? Places I can't reach. So it looks like everybody's over here doing Romulan, or they're up here doing Klingons. So they're doing all the big ones, which are just out of my warp range. Let's get our minor reset. So I do have the improved Stellar research cargo capacity here, so I get 460,000 now. So I don't need to make trips back and forth nearly as often, or in an event like this. Normally after like 65, 70,000 points in an event like this, my cargo capacity would be full. And it'd be like, well, I could keep going to finish up the event, or I could fly back because you need 300. I need 300,000 codes every day for my faction box there. So it was like, well, I don't want to waste the extra space, so I'd make 3 trips. Now I don't need to do that, which is a nice benefit. It's not the reason I got it. It was just sort of a leftover, an afterthought. I wanted the repair modification, the prime for that one, because these G4 ships are expensive to repair, and it came with enough extra gas to do Prime Stella, so it was a 2-for-1 deal. So, oh, it looks like CC is going to double dip here, sending both his Stellas through. Yeah, so get about 11 million a kill. I need 191 million, so it's like 18 kills, and this will be done. And we'll finish up the Battle Pass overflow at the same time, and check that one off the list. Hey, just out of curiosity, because my wife is streaming music while she's doing some housework, can you guys hear it? I don't know how good the audio is on my microphone, if it can pick it up from the other room. You can faintly hear it in the background? Okay. Yeah, she's in a little bit of a Leonard Skinner rock block here, so that's nice though. It's good to have some background music, right? It's weird because when I try and play it through my computer to get background music, it's too loud in my headphones, so I can't hear myself think while I'm trying to talk. And if I play it from my phone, then I always feel like sometimes I'm drowning it out or whatnot. But Also, if you can't tell, I'm wearing my Duke Blue Devils hat for them making it back to the Final Four again this year. The big win yesterday. Go Blue. Okay, so let's head over that way. We'll help these guys out because I don't know what else to do with him right now. Am I done with my Stellas? Did I do enough damage? Looks like I didn't get points that last one, so yeah, we must be done. There we go. Battle Pass, 15,000 points. Heroic Battle Pass. There we go. Completed. Extra shards. What's this? Oh, Federation reputation for repairing my ship. Okay. So best in the biz. We're just trying to stay in the top 10 because I know I can't get to 3. These guys are too far ahead for me to basically double up, and then they would just go run a couple of, I'm sure they'll be running more stuff today too. So not pretty unlikely I'm not going to catch these guys. Let's just say that. We're not going to catch these guys. These are the guys who are always on top of most of the leaderboards in my particular bracket right now. So we're looking at staying in here in the 4 to 10 range just to get the extra shards. So right now I've got about a 2.5 million, 4 million point lead over number 11. So if everybody moved up to bump me, if I didn't do anything else, they would need 4 million points. Okay, so that's a good lead. We like having that. And as far as codes and stuff go, well, I've got a little more hull space left, so we'll pick off 1 or 2 more guys that are right here and then fly it back. So I need 300,000 a day. I got 400,000, so... Oh, wait a minute. Kill that guy. No, never mind. We're sitting on a spawn point. That's fine. We're done. Any faction stuff? Well, we're down to 86 million. We're getting there. 25 million. This one, I'll probably hit this one by like Tuesday or Wednesday. Then I can start working on these guys. I did that one already. Did I have any messages to exchange? Not enough. I need to go find some Federation. I never see Federation Scouts when I'm doing Federation Armadas. I never see Federation Scouts. There we go. That's the one I wanted. I knew I had one timer that was resetting around noon. I couldn't remember which one it was. I like to try and keep them all synced up so they all go off around the same time, but every once in a while it gets messed up and something gets thrown off whack, and then you just have to try and remember how to get it back where it needs to go. Well, this guy's pretty full up. What do we got? Yeah, I don't feel like bumping any of these guys. Okay, so what else can we do? Where else can we go? Someplace I can't reach. No point in that. Let's speed this one up so I can swap ships. Alright, so if I needed to spend some materials to do some upgrading. Well, first off, let me see if I can do anything here. No. Nothing to do there. Any of my miners? I could do the warp engines on this one. I don't think that gets it far enough yet. It's 54. That would get it. Plus 6 would get it up to 60. It can only reach those initial ones, so it's not necessarily worth doing that. Alright, so it would be more wasting or spending them on a combat ship here. So let's see if we can't do any upgrades. That requires ore. That requires gas that I don't have. And the D4 here. This one's kind of fallen by the wayside. And it does take big chunks of crystal, which I wouldn't be able to get both components anyway. What about like this one? Is this one even close to where I could maybe scrap it? This needs rare. That needs rare crystal too. Or rare ore, rather. And I'm sure the Burrell is the same way, which I know I can't. My scrapyard isn't high enough to scrap this yet either. So I'm not going to waste resources going there. And this one's probably lots of ore. And then these would cost me a lot of latinum, so. But if I put the ore and the crystal into it and then scrapped it, I would get G4. Would it be worth it? Let's see. Let's see what our scraps look like on the Bortas. Because I can scrap it at 42. So if I scrapped it at level 10 here, which is where it is right now, I just get common stuff. If I invest a little bit, where do I have to get it up to? Parts, uncommon ore, uncommon crystal, none at 20, barely getting any. Still barely getting any. Yeah, we basically got to max this thing all the way out. I get 4,000 ore, 10,000 parts, 2,400 crystal at max. So that one's going to take way too much in the way of resources to get all the way to max. Just to go from tier 1 to tier 9, it's going to cost me 9,000 uncommon ore, which I don't have, and another 1,400 in rare ore, which I definitely don't have. So that's not going to work. And just because I'm curious, what about my Centurion? Where... Because this one's already like 3/4 of the way done, so we're at 35. So we're at tier 7. If I wanted to scrap the Centurion, just change that. So if I wanted to scrap it right now, I would get Explorer parts, a little bit of 4-star ore, and gas. But if I take it the rest of the way, now I'm getting a lot more gas. Okay, but what would I need to spend to go from tier 7 to tier 9? That's not too bad. That I've got. This I don't. That's going to be the issue there. The gas, I just barely have. That I probably have. Because I don't have anything else that really uses 3-star rare gas right now. So that's not a bad option. We could work on that in the background maybe. But I feel like it's weird because you're in one of those weird spots where it's like I don't want to. I'm investing resources just to build it up so I could scrap it, so then I could advance G4 stuff. But at the same time, those resources could also just go into the enterprise, giving me a little more well-rounded options, especially when we're doing PvP takeovers and you need 2 or 3 combat ships. So having a good auger is great, but then it's like, a 4 million enterprise isn't bad, but it's not too far off from going up to the next tier here. So what if we just did that to move us closer to finishing up the event, and then I just need a research or something later. That's probably not bad. Okay, so I just need to do a research or something later. Ooh, that one I can reach. That one I can reach. I was going to look for something to set my own, but that's probably going to be really crowded though. Otherwise, there's not much else going on. We wrapped up our usual stuff. Hostile hunt. That's what we got to do. We got to kill some big hostiles. So we'll just do this. What's the warp range? If I wanted to go, it's 85. Yeah, so I can make it out to the other ring. Nah. We'll just go see if we can't find 1 or 2 more. In here to kill. Finish up this event as well. We'll get a few more boxes. It's always better to try and open these closer to the 50 cap as possible. Your chances of getting certain things like blueprints and things like that are fractional. And if you open multiple boxes at the same time, at least this is the story that I've heard, is that your chances of getting some of these things are fractional. So if you open multiple boxes at once, those fractions will kind of combine together, and that'll improve your odds of getting certain things, like ship blueprints. Don't know if that's true or not, but people who've been playing the game longer and had quite a bit of success with it, that's what they say. They say you should open things in boxes of 50 at a time, or as close to 50 at a time as you can, to really improve your odds of getting better rewards instead of opening them in smaller doses. It's not to say that if you do open them in smaller doses, you might not get lucky and still get, you know, a rare ship blueprint or something. But sort of the way to optimize your chances. That's what I was looking at. I was going to see. Okay, so we got 2,000 there. I have 100 of these. So if I finish where I want to here, that's 300. That gets me to 400, which is halfway. Is there anywhere else to pick up the other half? No. No. That gets me 300. So I'd be 100 short. That's not surprising. Somehow you always come up a little bit short of every milestone you want to hit. but we can get a couple of these regular transports. Remember, stay away from the heavies. They do a lot more damage, a lot harder to kill with your standard crews. Although I'm wondering now, just what this, if that extra auger tier makes enough of a difference. Probably not. I see people using, Pike Moreau and Talon and killing heavy Klingon transports. I just don't know exactly where that split point is where your ship is now strong enough to deal with that. Usually they have like, 8 or 9 million strength jellyfish. I see them attacking, or bigger. Kelvins, Valdors, those kinds of things. Don't usually see people with like a G3 epic killing the heavies unless they're using the Beverly Mud crew, and then they can only kill one or two before you run out of hull health. But this was good. This was picking up a big chunk of points here for hostile hunt. Because these guys are worth 7,500 apiece, and I need 30,000, so I just need to kill 4. Even if I only get 2 or 3, it still puts me a heck of a lot closer. There we go. See if I pass it in. Otherwise, sometimes you just like, I always hate it when you lock in on a ship and you just start flying toward it and you end up flying right past one that was closer on the way. And you're like, whoops, was not paying attention to that one. But that gave us a nice big head start. There's another one. Kind of playing zigzag, flipping back, or pong, flipping back and forth between opposite sides of the table. But there's nobody else here, really. There's just this guy's discovery, so unless he wants to summon in. And Gunner looks like he's AFK. He's been floating there for a little bit. Let's see how big the party is up here. Yeah, pretty big. Coronar, Valdor, Pilum, Newton, Pilum. Yep, and he starred. So we're not getting into that one. But that one's over in 4 minutes. There is an uncommon. So let's just set that one. As long as all these guys are here, right? Might as well try and kill something else. Kill some big stuff. Oh, and there comes the big man right there too. So should not have a shortage of available ships for that one. Plus, it gives me 100 points for setting toward this ticket event here. So that'll help me get some of that rare ore that I need for those ship upgrades. It looks like we just had a couple people just join us. Thank you for joining into the channel here. Right now we're just finishing up some ROM events and doing some Armadas. We finished our swarms already for the day. Hey, where he's back from being AFK. Um, just trying to pick up some points here for doing some kills. Looks like that's about all we're gonna get, and we'll get to do some Dabo pulls here in a minute as well. See how our luck holds, but just need to do. All right, so I need to find mining. Let's just move him. That should finish up that event. There's another Dabo pull. And we'll speed up this building here so I can spend some more resources to finish up the other event. Playing a little bit of catch up on some of these events here. I don't have the crystal for that, but I should have the gas. No, just short. Well, before I forget and mess this up, let me do this treasury upgrade real quick. I forgot to do that this morning before using the before building my next building. Moving on to my next bigger building. We can't do the Exo Factory yet. Still pretty far away from that. We're getting closer. Only need 500 more of these Armadas to get the Armada Control Center up a little bit. Alright, so the Treasury's up to 13 now, so now we're getting 26% and just a 10% bump to cargo still. It's going to be 4 or 5 days, 5 days before I can do the next part. I can't do these buildings. Can't do those. I don't want to upgrade that one because I need to do all these guys. Oh, that one takes rare. Okay, let's do that one. Rare I have. It's the uncommon that I don't have so much of, so let's do that one. Okay. That should also complete the ROM one, so there's 4 more ROM shards. Alright, so we're... Oh, something else too. What's... Oh, reputation event for spending the resources. Yep, yep. So those are both done. Okay, so... Still working on those. These should all be done now. Done, 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 done. Cha-ching. Cross them off the list. Whoops, that's the same thing. This one I'm a little far back on. Again, it's only like, what, 2 Lorca shards, 1 Tilly, 1 Giorgio. And I'm pretty far away from upgrading any of those officers any further. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not going to push for it. In terms of mining, I could kill myself to move up 12 spots to get an extra Dabo pull. Because top 10 is 12 million. So I'd have to mine 10 million more Latinum. That's not happening. That's not happening. But 25th place here, that's 1.2 million. 84,000 per node, per protected cargo hold. It's 10, that's about 15 trips. And then that's assuming that none of these guys move up either. Yeah, that doesn't seem likely. So we're probably not progressing any further on this one. We'll just make sure we stay where we are. Our ticket events, this one we have to set stuff, this one we have to finish up mining. This is just going to give basic resources though, so nothing else that's going to impact that. This stuff is all done, this stuff is done, and we're not doing any research until this evening because when this event resets, it'll be double research, so we don't want to waste points and resources unnecessarily. So let's go to our event store here. I'm maxed out on, I already did all the gas, so that one has dropped off. So I do need crystal, so I guess it's like I need crystal to do all my dry docks, so I can possibly get myself advanced and tiered up to 44. Okay. One Cath shard, getting a little closer. I also like these away team trait XP though. I like trait XP. I like upgrading traits because then I get better stuff there too. But we'll do that one instead. We'll do the sensible thing. And before I head back, we'll see if there's anything left here. There's only one guy there, but he's already on his way. Okay, so nothing really left to kill. So you can just go to Tiger Core to work on rep grinding there. We'll open all these now. And see what we get. A couple of speed ups, but otherwise nothing exciting. It looks like we got some company at our Armada. Jesus. So yeah, you know, a 49 level 49 Armada, you would think, you know, the amount of damage the thing's going to put out, I can probably only take 2 or 3 hits before my shields are down, and then one more after that until I'm dead. Um, but given the firepower that's here from our higher level players, they're certainly going to carry me through this, and thank you guys very much for that one. Um, I'm actually there's a good chance I may actually live. That it'll be dead that quickly. That I will actually make it. Where am I on directives? So we got plenty of these left. I do have enough to do one rare and one more epic. You guys just had someone star out Troy on a deep space Armada because they don't like the only person who brought Troy. Well, hopefully you still managed to kill it because starring out Troy is definitely a bit of a gamble there. Troy basically making the Armada crit chance 0. What is the crit chance on this particular Armada? Just because I'm curious here. Critical hit chance 10%. Yeah, I think they're all about that. And Troy's captain's ability reduces the critical chance by 15%, so she basically makes it 0 or less than 0. So I'm trying not to do any more ship upgrades right now until I get to 44, because when I get to 44, there's a whole new round of ship upgrade R&D at 44. You can do this efficient ship upgrades research. That'll drop everything another 5%. I'll also drop my research another 5% and construction costs. So once I get to 44, I'm sure the research and development is going to cost me a decent amount of resources. I could check that actually, as long as I'm still in here. STFC dot space building R&D department. If I want to go to level 44, I need the Academy. I also need 4-star tactical battleships. Well, isn't that interesting to know? And then it's a little bit of uncommon gas and a lot of rare gas. Also good to know. 4-star tactical battleships. 4-star tactical battleships is going to be in the combat tree. That's here. Of course it is. Of course it is. Okay, so I'm going to need to spend some gas. Survey defense. Fortified battleships, tactical battleships. These boosts only help grade 4 battleships, though. Yeah, every once in a while they like to throw these little paywalls or these little firewalls in there to sort of just slow you down. Where, you know, sometimes it's upgrading. You want to upgrade your ops to the next level. Well, guess what? You need your dilithium vault upgraded, and then that requires you to upgrade everything else. Um, to upgrade my ops here, I need dry dock D, so which means I have to upgrade all the dry docks before it. But research is one that you don't usually see, but every once in a while, there's like, make sure you finish this research as well. Let's see who's there. Um, just baller. That's what he's asking about. So we've got a couple. Obviously, we've got a handful of people now who are 46 over. Nova actually. Oh, congrats, Nova. I'm going to 48. Give him a big congrats for that one. He was 47 yesterday, so big congrats on that upgrade there. And then I've got a 50, 53, and a 55 here with me. And Gan's, what, 49 now? Yeah, getting closer too. Okay, see, good thing I checked, because otherwise I would have. It's a good thing to use this stfc.space website, because you do find out about these odd requirements and little things and little paywalls. Um, for example, people get really excited when you get to Ops 42, because you're like, yes, I can just do like 1 or 2 buildings and get my shipyard upgraded, and then I can build my new G4 ship. I've got my Kelvin blueprints and everything. I'm doing my faction store, and I'm ready to go. Um, and then there are a bunch of prerequisite buildings that you have to do first. Oh, I did die. Would you look at that? I guess the fight either went more than 2 or 3 rounds, or I just got targeted. I mean, I'm the only one who died. It went 13 rounds, and I got shot first, which that doesn't help. And then I got shot again in round. I got shot 3 times in the first round. Hey. Okay, so this Armada really didn't like me. Usually they distribute the wealth a little bit better in terms of how the hits go, but I mean, I took 5 hits so far, which isn't bad, I guess. This is where you would love to have somebody who puts your shield health back up, like a Beverly or a Spock or something, but it doesn't quite work out well enough usually. Beverly does the shield trick with her and Mud on these bigger Armadas isn't bad, because especially if you can go a round or two, without, as long as you don't get shot multiple times in the same round, it can usually work out pretty beneficial. All right, well, I lived for a while. Oh, there we go. There's the shields. Down in round 7, and now the next hit is probably just going to be, 2 million straight to the hull. Yep, 2 million straight to the hull. 8 shots. And I'm probably dead with whatever time I get hit next. Hey, we made it to round 9. If we didn't get shot 3 times in the first round. Okay. We might have actually round 10. Did I die on like the last shot? Okay, no, never mind. There we go. I was going to say, if I died on like the last shot, that would be just a very unpleasant experience. But the setter's chests for setting that Ops 49 was worth 644,000 uncommon credits. And that's why we do it, folks. That's why we punch up way above our weight class when we can, and we thank all of our wonderful alliance mates for carrying us through that one. Because that setter's chest, definitely worth. So yeah, the other things at Ops 44, there are some other big researches in the galaxy tree at 44 that I'm looking forward to. I believe, do I get another discover? No, it's 45. But I do get another enhanced warp core that'll get 5 more warp speed to all of my ships. And there's a few that do come up a little short. Like some of these level 44 systems that I'm trying to do armadas and stuff in. My jellyfish is 5 warp speed short. So being able to get that warp speed bonus will let me use the jellyfish for some of those lower level ones. Actually, I should just be doing that now. I should be doing this. And who would I want as a third officer? One of those things where like increases the effectiveness of the captain's maneuver by 12%. And what's Riker's captain's ability? Increases Armada damage against targets by a... It's like, oh, well, I can also just do synergy and get 20% there as well. What do I need? I would need Geordi, who's unavailable, Crusher, or Tasha. Crusher's ability sucks. He boosts his own stats. Who cares about that? And Tasha just isn't that good. Boosts weapon damage by 10%, but she's boosting Riker by 20, which is more than somebody else would do. Maybe you're better off just taking like a mitigation. Who does health? Gowron? Shield deflection of the total health of the crew. So if I did that, I'd get more shield deflection, which would be more mitigation, so I would take less damage. And since Beverly's already helping with mitigation as well, that seems like overkill. It's like, who's another good third officer that I could put in this slot? Who's available and not on away teams or... in case my shields go down. You just increase speed. I'm trying to think of some of these other officers to see if any of them have any unusual secondary abilities that might just work out here, but I think it's probably better. Yeah, we'll just take the extra mitigation. Oh, that one's really crowded. So, like, my jellyfish has warp 95, and this system, well, this one's warp 105, so that's not going to help. But Dram over here is warp 100, and this is where a bunch of the good Armadas and stuff are. But there's also some here that are 95s. So we'll head over there and take a peek and just see what's going on. But things are definitely quieting down here in the afternoon that we finished up all of our events and stuff. So we'll just get into probably our regular grinding. Like I said from the beginning, I got about 25 million Federation points to get the glorified, and 85 million Romulan points to get the champion. Try and get those finished up in the next couple of days here. Hopefully by Tuesday, when we'll probably get a faction hunt event. Actually, a faction hunt event could start tomorrow. Could be faction hunt, could be Apex, could be Crucible. Oh, is that my buddy? Hey, what do you know? It's my buddy. This guy, the Cisco, has been out here. There he is. He's grinding with all 4 ships. So this guy got mad last night. He was up here grinding. I was up here grinding. He's grinding with 5 ships. He's got all 5 ships here. Jesus. So I was doing my thing, just over here killing stuff. And he stopped by, and he was doing his thing, killing a bunch of stuff. And we went for the same ship. And he got mad, so he just killed me. So then I came back and killed him. I messaged him first and was like, hey, what was up with that? And of course he didn't respond. And yeah, he just flew over and killed me with his 9 million jellyfish. So then I came back with the PvP crew and blew up his 9 million jellyfish. But this is definitely a guy that, I don't know what's going on with this guy's account. I don't know if he sold it to somebody else and this is a new player taking over. But this guy was like, at the beginning of the month, he was Ops 39. And throughout the entire month of March, he has progressed from 39 up to 50. So either, his insurance settlement check came in, or, you know, he stole somebody's credit card or something. I don't know. But that, going up 10 levels in a month is pretty ridiculous. One of the monthly solo leaderboard events, he put up like, I want to say like 14. It was like a research event, and he put up like something ridiculous. Like I put up like 2.5 million points, and I'm like, oh, this is because I did both primes, and got a huge chunk of points, and I'm like, all right, this might be an actual chance for me to get first place. And then he put up like 15 million points in that. I'm like, what did you upgrade? He's like, I upgraded everything. It took him 3 times to get back to me. I asked him, what did you upgrade? He's like, what do you mean? I said, you put up 14 million points on the leaderboard. What leaderboard? I'm like, dude, don't be an idiot. You know what leaderboard. Oh, well, I upgraded my station a lot. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I don't know if it's a new person who took over the account who just suddenly decided to spend or what's going on there. But yeah, something going on with that guy. He's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on. Just kind of, keep glancing over at him every once in a while and just see what's up. But but this is pretty ridiculous. If you're just going to swarm the system with, 4 ships at a time, 5 ships at a time, almost makes you wonder if it's a bot. He put up 143 million points in the Recruit ROM event last weekend. Yep, that's pretty insane, Gan. So yeah, I mean, like I said, he's power leveled everything, um, and to be out here mining with this many ships or farming rep with this many ships, it almost makes you wonder if this might be a bot. But then again, since not all the ships are moving at the same time, that makes me think it's not a bot. Otherwise, they'd all be moving faster. They wouldn't be sitting still. The computer would know to send them to find new targets. So yeah, so this is somebody who's just really just power grinding through the game. And I'm guessing, that's the thing too. When you move up that drastically, that fast, you can buy all the materials to do so, but you can't buy the reputation. It's the only thing in the game you really can't buy. I mean, you can buy the packs, I guess, that have little bits of reputation in them, but it's pretty cost prohibitive to do so. Like you can buy. Do these packs? I think they just have credits in them. I don't even know if they have rep points. Yeah, these ones just have credits in them. But if you bought a whole bunch of stuff, you could use your multiphasic credits. Does this one have reputation? No, none of them have reputation in it. So you can't buy reputation. I wasn't sure if any of those terrible packs also had it in it, but no, they don't. So you got to do the grinding to get it there yourself. And that is usually where those big whales end up getting slowed down. So, I mean, what's this guy using? So he's got a D4, an Enterprise, an Auger, and a Jellyfish. Where's his 5th ship? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's only got 4 here now. I guess he sent the other one back, or it's dead already. But if you haven't already, make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch, and if you're watching the stream later on YouTube, make sure to follow and subscribe there for updates on my video content. If you're unhappy with seeing the advertisements on Twitch during the live stream, you can also subscribe to the channel. Remember, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you just have to link your accounts together because Amazon owns Twitch, and then you get 1 free subscription per month. That subscription does not automatically renew. You just have to click the button each month to resubscribe to the channel. Even if you're not using it on my channel, you should still use it on your favorite streamer's channel. Show them a little love and support because it's costing you nothing because, well, you have Amazon Prime already. So it's free to you. It's very easy to set up. The instructions were at the beginning of the stream, but I can put them back up again if anybody does not know how to do that. And of course, I always want to say thank you to you guys for tuning in today. Hope you've enjoyed hanging out, talking about some Star Trek, blowing some stuff up together. I know I always enjoy playing the game, and I definitely enjoy playing it when I've got people to converse with and talk to about what's going on, and speculate about speculate about what might be coming up next when I can talk, right? But I think I'm gonna wrap things up here because it's definitely way longer than I wanted to, or at least I expected to stream today. And it's kind of feeling like lunchtime, feeling a rumble in the tummy. So we're gonna go track down some food And yeah, we'll be back Tuesday night for our next stream. Hope to see you back then, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until Tuesday, well, maybe I'll see you around the galaxy.